You can't.
All right, so this tutorial is just real quick in showing you how you can simulate milk or orange juice in your various items, in your cup or in your bowl. Now, to do this with particle effects, it would be extremely difficult. It would take some time, and really, for what we're doing, we're not going to simulate the cup pouring out. We're not going to simulate the bowl, the stuff in the bowl. We're just taking single pictures. And so in order to do this, I'm basically just going to fake it. To fake it, I'm going to duplicate. So we'll start with the cup. I'm going to duplicate the cup and move it up. Oops. We're going to duplicate the cup and move it straight up. This is going to be a lot easier than if I grab it and pull it to the side. Because if I grab it and I pull it to the side, then it's going to be harder to put it right back in where it belongs. So if I move it straight up, then all I have to do is move it straight back down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the top portion of this cup. I'm going to do that by right-clicking and going into face mode, and I'm going to delete the top part. Now, if I wanted it to be really full, I'm only going to delete the very, very top. I want my glass to be about 3/4 of the way full, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this entire top section. Now, the reason that I delete that entire top section is now I have two shells. I have an outer shell and an inner shell. And what this allows me to do is if I double-click, I can just delete the outer shell super quick. So deleting the top part first allows me to then have an outer shell and an inner shell. Then when I double-click with my mouse, I can delete the outer shell really quickly. So instead of having to go in and click every single face, I can just double-click the outside face, delete. And now what I'm left with is a perfect copy of the inside of my cup. So the only thing left to do is to change the color and to fill in this hole. So here we have a ring around here, and it's a big, big hole in there. So there's a tool in Maya called the Fill Hole tool. I just double-click that edge and go Mesh, which is under my Polygons tab. I go Mesh, Fill Hole. And now I have a perfect copy of the inside of my cup. I'm going to go ahead and change the color now. If this is going to be orange juice, I'm probably going to make it a Lambert because I don't really need my orange juice to be shiny. I'm going to make it orange. It's not going to be super easy to accomplish orange in 3D, but we'll do our best. Now I can just simply move this down. If I need to, use your side view. Not my top view, that's not going to do me much good. Use your side view, and you're just going to see when you're going to line up. You'll just line up the objects, and it'll work out just about perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing with this cup. I'm going to duplicate it, move it up to the top, go into face mode, select the top edges, delete them, the top faces rather, delete them, double-click the outside face, delete that, go into edge mode, double-click the top ring, go to Mesh, Fill Hole, go ahead and go to Object mode, change the material. Now, white is a little bit harder to accomplish in 3D, but we're going to do our best at just selecting white. So you can see it looks a little more gray. Moving the milk right back down into the cup. I think right there is about where it goes. Yep, that'll be perfect. And again, one more time with the bowl. I just duplicate the bowl, move it on up. This time to delete the faces in the bowl, I'm going to go to my side view because I think I'll be able to do that a little bit easier. And apparently I also selected the duplicated the particle system. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. So I'm just going to delete the top part of my bowl. You want to make sure not to get too much because you want to still be able to see the milk. I think that'll probably be about right. Double click the outside one. Now I can go back into my other view. Let me go ahead and see if I can eliminate these particles real quick. Hopefully I'm not going to delete anything else. Okay, now I'm going to go into edge mode, double click the top edge, go to Mesh and Fill Hole. And now go to Object mode. And instead of assigning a new material, I know that Lambert 7 is the white material that I just created for my other milk. So I can just assign an existing material, go in and find Lambert 7, which isn't showing up there, so I need to go into my Hypershade window, navigate till I find my Lambert 7, assign material to selection, and now when I move that right back down, again, you can use your side views if you need help.
You got it perfect.
Very cool. I did, didn't I? Right there, and that's, you know, the milk level's a little high on that, so I might change that, but just so that the cereal's sticking out a little bit more. But that would be up to you to just play around with the settings a little bit and go from there. Now it's just a simple matter of lighting the scene and taking a picture. But I want to take a picture and see what this looks like right now. Yeah, and that looks okay. So it's not great, it's not perfect, but it looks okay. Lighting the scene is going to help a little bit, but you can see that now that, yes, the orange juice and the milk look a little flat, but they're essentially the orange juice and the milk. I might even get rid of the orange juice because the orange juice is a little bit faker than the milk, but that's your call. So that is filling in your objects with milk. So we'll go ahead and stop this now.